Hey guys, Wes Rice here from Rice Clarinet Works. I just wanted to do a short video and tell you about our Royal Global clarinets. If you don't know anything about them, they are really great clarinets, and they're super high quality, and one of the really nice things about them is they're actually a lot less expensive than some other brands of instruments. So every instrument that we carry here at Rice Clarinet Works, I personally stand behind. And one of the cool things about this company is they've really innovated over the years. To be frank, when I originally tried these instruments, I didn't like them that much, but over the years they've made some changes, and I really like them the most recent time I played them. So we've been carrying them for about a year now, and like I said, they're great instruments, and we've got three different ones here. This one is the Classical Limited, B-flat. All these are B-flat here, and I've got down here, I've got the Polaris, and I've got the Firebird as well that we're going to go through. So basically what I want to do is just give you a kind of a direct comparison between the models. I'm not going to tell you any pricing at this moment because this video will be up for a while, I'm sure, and for any pricing details you can refer to our website at clarinetworks.com. So real quick, the Classical Limited is a really nice, I'd call it either an entry-level professional or an intermediate level instrument. It is made of grenadilla wood, as are all three of these instruments here. It's, as I said, it's a really economical model that is very similar in price to like a Buffet E12F. Okay, so I'm just going to play a couple notes, and I'll go through a couple of the features of this instrument and just tell you a little bit more about it. So, alright, so I'll start with the lower register, and we can kind of hear what's going on there with it. Okay, so really nice rich sound to it. I mean, it really is a good instrument, especially when you know the price of it. It's like I said, it gives a rich sound, a bigger sound, but it also has some focus to it as well. So let me play a C scale, and I'll give you some comments on that as well. Okay, so it's a nice instrument, everything is nice and even. I would say as I get to the upper register, it might be a little bit more resistant than some of the pro instruments that I'm used to. But in general, it has a super nice sound, everything's even, rich lower register, so it is a very good instrument. So, alright, so let me show you a little bit about the other models. The next one we're going to have is the Polaris. So this is kind of the next step up in terms of price. And I would kind of characterize this as a pro-level instrument for sure. So one of the first things you might notice is you've got a nice adjustable barrel here. So a B-flat instrument in general will have a 66 millimeter barrel, and this adjusts from 64 to 68. So it gives you a little bit of flexibility depending on which group you're playing with, whether they're playing at 440 or 442, whether you're playing in a warm or a cold, hopefully not too cold environment as well. So another thing you might notice as you go down the instrument is this, what I'm going to call like a stabilization ring. So this is, I'm guessing, to prevent any cracking on the upper joint. Now no one can completely eliminate cracking on wood instruments, but in general on any instrument, any wood instrument, the cracks are going to form the majority of the time on this upper joint section. So this kind of stabilizes things a little bit, and I suppose it prevents some cracking in the future. So another thing you may notice is these posts here. They are, I believe, just standard gold, I guess 24 karat gold. They look to be a regular gold color. Now when I look at the Firebird, they're a little different than that, and I think the Firebird has rose gold posts. But I don't know if that actually does anything for the acoustics of it, or if it's just kind of a look thing. I haven't done any experimentation to really find out about that, but they certainly look nice. All these instruments are really high quality and very well built, and of course they sound very good as well. So one of the other things you may notice as you go down the instrument, you've got an alternate E flat key here for your left hand. So as opposed to the classical limited, which does not have that key. It just gives you a little bit more flexibility in playing some tricky passages. So it just makes it a little bit easier for when you play. So, alright, I think that pretty much covers it in terms of any differences. Now, I actually don't know any of the bore differences. I'm really just going off of sound, so I don't have any like firm numbers to give to you. But I'll do kind of the same play test and let you know my thoughts on this instrument as well. Okay, very nice low register. So let me play a C scale. Okay, I like it. It's a very good instrument. So again, nice low register. Everything's very even as I go up. It's a little bit more full, I would say, than the classical. But it is a very nice instrument. So one thing that is a little bit different between the Polaris and the Firebird, which is the next instrument. Of course, you've got some similarities here, but one of the main differences that you're going to find in this Firebird is that it actually has a really cool register mechanism. So what this does is it actually activates when you play like a throat B flat like this, and it just automatically activates. So and it closes when you play the thumb key. Okay, so it's not active when you're going up the scale, like just playing your normal notes. It only activates when you're playing that throat B flat. And you know, clarinet players will know, obviously, this throat B flat tends to be a little bit of a thinner sounding note. So this is to kind of counteract that and try to open it up, give it a little bit more full sound. Of course, if you don't have this vent, you know, there are alternate fingerings to play that can definitely help you. So that is one of the big differences. So if you compare the classical to the Firebird, it's a big difference here in terms of the register. So, and then of course the other difference is you've got two pads down here on they're activated by the FC. So this is kind of similar to a bass clarinet mechanism, and it gives you a little bit of flexibility in tuning. So when you play like a low G or a D, which I'm fingering here with the register, what it does is it gives you a little bit of flexibility in tuning that note. So you can adjust the position, like the resting position of this. You can have it more open to give you obviously a more open sound, raise the pitch slightly, and conversely you can actually close it and give you a little bit more covered sound and a little bit lower in terms of tuning as well. So alright, so let me play this. I'll let you know my thoughts on it. Of course, you know, the similarities, you've got the really nice adjustable barrel, you've got this stabilization ring as I'm calling it, you've got the alternate E flat key, and you know, all these instruments from Royal Global we professionally set up, so we've spent, you know, 3 to 4 hours at least with every single one, and what we do is we take every single key off and I hand fit every single one as we put it back together. So I'll check for covering, for sealing, ring height, spring tension, all kinds of things like that. So all these instruments are really well set up, especially compared to most other places that you'll find them. So alright, so let me give this one a try. So I'm playing that low G a lot because that's obviously the note that's affected by this special mechanism. What I'm finding is it has like a, I don't know, it's like a more resonant but also more projection, I would say. And that's probably because what I'm noticing is this hole right here, which is where you would find the normal hole on other clarinets. It's a little bit smaller, so it actually moves some of the venting down to this other hole as well. And so it actually, I guess, makes the note effectively a longer note, activates more of the instrument, and therefore gives you a little bit of more resonance, as I said. But I really like that note in particular, and honestly the whole lower register is super nice sounding, super rich. I would say as you go up from instrument to instrument, the sound is just more refined and more refined. So it's not that the classical was bad, but this is just, it's just better, I should say. Alright, so let me play a scale. Okay, so with every instrument that I play, I want to play them more and more because they're definitely better and better. So I really like that. It's I would say it's maybe a little bit more resistant than the Polaris. Now that might just be this instrument in particular. You do have a range between them, but it's a very nice instrument, very nice sound to it. As I said, these are very well built instruments. They are, like I said, more economical, but their build quality is super high. So yeah, and like I said, we do the professional setup with all of these, but sometimes these actually take less time to set up than other brands of instruments. So they are very well made, very sturdy, and of course the most important thing, they sound really great. So anyway, that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover on these Royal Global instruments. If you're interested in trying anything, visit our website. You can see the pricing, and if you're interested in stopping by the shop, feel free to contact me, Wes at clarinetworks.com. You can also have us send out things for trial. I'd be happy to send you instruments and you can try them in your own home or in your concert hall. But thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions in particular, feel free to put them below in the comments, and maybe if there are some specific things that you guys would like to see, I might even film another video to show you maybe specific things that I may have missed. So thanks again for tuning in. I really appreciate it, and let us know if you want to try anything out. I'd be happy to accommodate you and send them out for trial. So thanks.